to use this opportunity to make a recap of everything that we've learned so far about using yoga and mindfulness to improve our ability to be resilient and to be more in charge and in control of our well-being. And actually, I think that for most of us who managed to have a regular yoga practice for the past 4 weeks, it has become almost a habit. And it is almost as if we have awakened our own resources of our body and of our mind, that we can always access in any circumstances of our life in order really have an appropriate response to any challenge in our life, be it a mental challenge, be it a physical challenge. So it gives us a sense of empowerment. And I call this awaken, and awaken stands for acronym for a number of things as an approach. And we're going to practice one element at a time every day for the next 5 days. And we start with letter A, which stands for allow. So allow means that our first approach to anything that happens in our internal or external environment is to permit this to happen. So allow means permitting and welcoming any experience that may be there. And at this moment, I would like you to allow yourself to become a bit more comfortable. So moving something in your position so you can sit a little bit more relaxed in your shoulders, rolling back with straight and tall spine, and still a relaxed seat. So if you need to sit on the cushion or on the blanket, feel free to do it. So adjusting something in your cross-leg position, maybe changing the crossing of your legs. And we will take a few breaths, allowing our breaths to deepen a little bit more. So inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. Allowing the air enter the lungs and complete your lungs up to the you exhale to carry out any residue of tiredness, or concern, or unfinished conversations you might have in your head. And then we will deepen our sense of allowing our current state to just be with us for the next couple of minutes of our initial meditation. So please permit your breath to take its natural course. Permit your breath to be flowing in and out at your natural pace. So no control of your breath. Permitting the physical sensations in your body. Maybe you feel discomfort, or maybe it's a pleasant sensation of sitting still. Whatever it is in your mind right now, just permit it to be exactly in the way it is. And you gently, with the sense of allowing anything that arises in your mind and anything that arises in your physical body, any physical sensations, you have this attitude of openness and welcoming to whatever you are experiencing in this moment, in the physical plane or mental plane. But without dwelling on this thing. So if you notice some sense of discomfort or irritation, or even a pleasant sensation, so allow it just to be with you without paying too much attention to it. So allow it to be present and let it go. And you continue breathing through the nose without any control of the breath. But gradually you bring your attention towards the sensation of your breath, air coming in and air coming out. This gentle attention, noticing where you feel the breath the most. And if you can, bring your attention towards the tip of your nose, your inner nostrils. The sense of air coming in and coming out. And allowing anything that is present without judgment, without labeling. To sink in or analyzing any of this. If you notice that you move to reasoning or analyzing, just bring your attention back to the breathing, to this. So the quality of being allowing is welcoming any experience that may be pleasant or unpleasant. It may be also a neutral experience, and being able in life to allow both pleasant and unpleasant experiences is the first step that would lead to informed action. So allowing is the first step. So no pushing away, no clinging to sensations, whether pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral. Just allowing them to be. And in a second or two, we release our attention from our nostrils or from our breathing, and then bring our attention inward, and we will set. Recall it's a present wish for something that you would like to manifest more in your life. Your heartfelt desire formulated in the present tense, in simple words, as if this something is already fully present in your life. And we wish our intention for greater health, more resilience, or mental clarity. We repeat this intention 3 times silently. And then we open our eyes, gentle gaze, and we release our legs. And we cross our legs in a different fashion. Our leg comes on top. And then we're gonna activate our shoulders just to bring us and our bodies in here and now, in our physical space. And since probably it will be our last week, and I still hope that you develop this habit of being mindful of what your body desires. And your body usually desires some movement. So I would like us to practice some movement in our shoulders that are really very therapeutic for releasing the tension in the neck area and in the upper shoulders. So-called exercise against the back neck and against a kind of remedy against the posture which we normally take when we are typing on the computer. So basically rounding the back and bringing the shoulders in. So we open the chest and we bring our arms towards the side, and we lift our arms just few inches, few centimeters off the ground. So not parallel to the floor, not at the level of the shoulders, but much lower. So you don't have any tension in the muscles in your shoulders. So relax everything completely. And we bring the right thumb up and the left thumb down. And this exercise can be done at any moment during the day to release the tension in the shoulder and neck area. So it's done in the following way. We start moving their arms in the shoulder joints. So we look at our right thumb, the left thumb is down, and then inhaling, we start rotating the right thumb down from the shoulder and the left thumb up. And we turn our head to look over the left continue like this. So inhaling, right thumb up, exhaling, left thumb up. Inhaling, right thumb up, and keep the shoulders relaxed. And synchronize the movement with your breathing, keeping the arms quite low, so you have no tension in your shoulders and upper back when you do it. And you rotate from the shoulder joint. So you don't rotate from the wrists, you rotate and feel the sensation of the shoulder joint moving. It's a ball and socket joint, so you feel it moving in the joint. And at the same time, your head turns to look at the sun, which is on top. Few more rounds. The last one. And then we release the shoulders, we shake everything, shake our wrists, and we shake our legs. And we're gonna come to standing position. So we're gonna open our hips, our feet hip width apart, and we're gonna move into dangling position. So relaxing everything in our lower back and in our upper back and our face and shoulders and neck, head and neck. So we're gonna bend our knees slightly, and then we allow ourselves to start rolling forward and down. So you can round your back, you can bend your knees as much as you would like to. You can even place your belly on your upper thighs if you want to. And then you grab your elbows, and maybe you allow yourself just to feel the balance by moving your weight a bit more towards the front of the toes, front of your feet, and then making a movement backwards. So you move your weight more towards the back, towards your heels, and then moving towards the right side, towards the left side, and then we're gonna shake our neck, head. Yes, shaking the head, yes, no, maybe. And then if you can bring in your elbows a bit more over the head, so your head is hanging loose, your face is loose. Allow your spine to lengthen, and you bend your knees as deep as necessary, so don't be afraid to bend your knees if it feels better, and you can relax more in your shoulders. Then we're gonna relax and release any tension in our face by fluttering the lips. Do it a couple of times so all these muscles of the face can be relaxed, especially of the jaw. And then finally we release the arms. And we're gonna lift our shoulders while keeping the arms fully relaxed. So we're gonna lift the shoulders and connect the shoulder blades and then drop them. A few times like this, so your arms can be completely passive. And we just activate the area in between our shoulder blades and your upper back. One more round. And then we bend our knees a bit deeper and we start swaying our arms. Once again, no tension in the arms, in the shoulders, and if you can release your neck a bit more. And then with the swaying motion, we're gonna start rolling ourselves back to standing position. So rolling up your spine, vertebra by vertebra, with the head coming last. So don't rush to lift up your head. Just continue swaying our arms as if there are no bones in our arms. And then we stop in the middle and we shake everything and we are ready to our first sequence. So we're gonna stand parallel to the long side of our mat, and we're gonna open our legs wide. So there is more than one leg distance in between our feet. And we try to bring our toes forward while the heels are slightly backwards, so they're at the angle. We place our hands on the hips and we're gonna lift the chest, rolling the shoulders back. And from the hips, we're gonna inch forward. So as if you want to come to the first stage of being parallel to the floor. So keeping the hands on your hips, keeping the elbows pointing, so our spine is long and straight, and the crown of the head is forward, and we press into our feet. So try not to press with your butt backwards, but bring the weight a little bit more to the front of the feet. And when we reach the middle point, so our torso is parallel to the floor, we will release the hand, and maybe you can reach the floor, or you can place the fingertips on the cushion. And if you can place the full hand on in the middle of the mat, just under your sternum, and the left hand is on top of your sacrum. So you inhale and you lengthen, maybe on the fingertips. You don't reach the ground with the full hand. And then you start rotating this, your chest towards the left side. And maybe finally you'll bring the left arm up. And you have strong legs, so the sides of the feet are pressing into the ground. And it's a twist, so remember inhaling, lengthening the spine, and exhaling, twisting a little bit more. One more breath here. And then we bring the left hand where the right hand was, so on the fingertips or on a blanket, on a cushion. And then we bring the right hand on the top of our sacrum. And then we start rotating. So pressing these fingertips or the full hand into the ground, we start rotating. And then bringing the right arm up. Deeply breathing in and out, allowing your breath to be uninterrupted. One more breath here. And on the exhale, we bring our right hand next to the left. And then we go to fingertips. And if you do not have troubles reaching, you can also bring your hands on your knees. And then we're gonna turn towards our left leg. So both legs are firmly pressing into the ground, and we're gonna bring the right hand, maybe grabbing the outside of the left foot or grabbing something outside of the left leg. So it may be your left calf. And before we go down, we're gonna inhale, lengthening everything, and we're gonna go down over this left leg. So choose what you can hold on to. So I'm sure that everybody finds their own position, maybe your left calf, maybe your left knee. So the torso, chest is rotated towards your left foot, and the sides of the feet are pressing firmly into the ground. And then you allow your head to relax. And with each exhale, allowing yourself to deepen the stretch. And if you need to keep your knees slightly bent, just allow this to happen. One more breath here. And on a big inhale, we're gonna lift the chest, and we're gonna travel with our hands towards the right side. So finding a position for your left hand, maybe on the top, on your left or right calf, or maybe grabbing the outside of the right foot, and we're gonna inhale, extending the chest, and exhale, going down. So remember, if it's too much for your hamstrings or the area in between your legs, keep your knees slightly bent, or bend as much as necessary for you to be able to stay in a position. One more breath here. The center, And we're gonna go down one more time. So we're gonna inhale, lift the chest up. And then if you can keep the legs straight, otherwise bend the knees slightly. We're gonna walk our fingers so that our fingers are in line with our toes. So we're gonna inhale a bit more to lengthen the spine, and then we're gonna go down. So maybe your full hand is on the ground and your elbows are pointing backwards, and you allow your head to relax down. You can shake it out, and if you're on the fingertips, or if you have your legs bent, this is fine too. So the fingertips are in line with your toes, and your elbows are pointing backwards. And with each exhale, you allow yourself to lengthen towards the ground, so the crown of your head moves closer to the floor. The spine is not round, try to keep it straight and long as much as possible. One more breath here. We're gonna lift again on the fingertips in a middle position, and then we're gonna place our hands on our hips and keeping the spine long and straight. We're gonna lift up from the hips. So do it very, very slowly, otherwise you might become dizzy. And then for a moment, release your arms and shake everything. So you have one more arms behind the back, and we're gonna interlace the fingers behind. So, and we're gonna place our hands on our sacrum, and then opening the chest really very well, so your shoulder blades connect. So open chest, you're gonna inhale and look up, and then inching from the hips, we're gonna go down. So your arms start moving over the head. So how far, it doesn't really matter. We just continue with our crown of the head reaching towards the ground and allowing our hands to move over the head. Just walk in this direction, pressing the feet firmly to the ground, feeling the balance. And if you need to bend your knees, remember you can always do that. The most important thing is to continue breathing. Don't hold your breath. And allow gradually your shoulders to open up a little bit more. One more breath here. Go into your maximum. Now your arms move a bit more over the head. And then first, we lower our hands towards the sacrum again. And we bring our hands towards our hips. And then we inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale here. And on the next big inhale, with a straight spine, we're gonna press the floor away with our legs, and very slowly we're gonna come up. And then we're gonna heel to our feet together. So very good job, everybody. So shake everything. Shake your arms, move your shoulders. Any movement that seems intuitive to you to bring some relaxation. And we're gonna open our feet a bit wider than the hip width apart, so maybe quite wide. And for some people, probably it would be good to have a blanket somewhere behind the heels, because we're gonna slowly start moving into Malasana or yogic squat position. So we start bending our knees and we sit. So for some people, it will not be possible to keep the heels on the ground, which is not a problem. So you either stay on your toes, if this is what you can do today, or you can put a blanket so you have a bit of more support on the heels like this. So whatever position you choose, just adjust that, and we're gonna stay here for a few breaths, having the hands in front of the chest, and we press our elbows inside of our knees, and we try to bring the chest up. So you feel quite a stretch in the area of your hip creases, and you are really trying to move your spine in two different opposite directions. So your tailbone is moving down, and your chest and the crown of your head is moving up, and you're pressing with your elbows to open up your knees a bit wider. One more breath here. We're gonna release our hands first on the ground. So very slowly we start straightening the legs. And once we are halfway, we're gonna bring the feet hip-width apart. And for a moment, we're gonna dangle there. So the same posture we had at the beginning of the class. So bending the knees deeper, releasing the arms. And if you prefer, you can hold your elbows. And then with the round back, we're gonna roll up to standing. So very, very slowly, keeping the front of the body completely relaxed, with the head coming last, rolling up your spine and straightening your legs very gradually. So take it slowly, and then shake everything. And we're gonna move into our final spinal twist right now. So find your position on your backs. And we're gonna bring our knees towards the chest. And we're gonna massage our spine both clockwise, counterclockwise direction. And then we bring the left arm towards the side, right hand on top of the left knee, and we drop our knees towards the right side, and we turn our head to look over the left shoulder. So your knees are quite high up, so higher than the waist area, closer to the chest. And then the next big inhale, we're gonna bring the knees back up, and we change sides. So right arm opens up, left hand on top of the right knee, and we drop the knees towards the left side, quite high up towards the chest, and we look over our right shoulder. One more breath. And inhaling, lifting the knees. And we're gonna give ourselves one big hug. So squeezing everything, your head towards the knees. And then releasing the shoulders first, and then one leg at a time, extending the legs on the ground. And finding your way into final relaxation, Shavasana. And we're gonna practice this sense of allowing everything and anything that arises in your body or in your mind right now. So we scan our body for any sensations, be it a pleasant sensation of finding, maybe it's a sensation of slight tightness, or some muscles still trembling. So we scan with our attention, and we can make, starting with our right, noticing any trembling, any movement of energy, any sensation of ease in any part, right hip. And allowing it to be present there, and if you can, with a exhale, you can relax and breathe in a relaxing manner into any area where there is tension towards your left leg, your left foot, left knee. Allowing the sense of heaviness, passivity to take over in your legs, your buttocks. And then moving any sensation of pleasant sensation of relaxation. Letting go in your upper body, in your shoulder, in your arms, in your upper back, in the back of your body. And allow all these sensations in your awareness without analyzing. And finally, you scan your head, the sensation cheeks, on the inside of your mouth, your forehead, your eyes, your jaw, and then inside of your head. Roll over your body, drawing your body even deeper and relax. And in a moment, we're gonna bring our attention back towards our breath. And we start taking deeper breaths in and out, moving our fingers and toes, awakening our body to the day ahead of us. And then bringing our legs together, arms also big stretch. Maybe flexing your toes and pointing your toes, engaging all the muscles, and then finding your way through the bent knees to roll over to your right or left side. You can cushion your head for a moment, staying there on your side. And then using to lift yourself up, back to sitting position. And we're gonna find our straight spine, relaxed shoulders, a proud and open chest with a heart area lifting, and the chin slightly tucked in. We're gonna close our eyes again, and for a few last moments of our practice, we're gonna recall and repeat our intention that helps us to focus our mind throughout the day and throughout our life. We'll repeat this intention 3 times to yourself. And then we're gonna open the eyes, soft gaze, Raising the hands in Namaste. It completes our Monday yoga sessions. Be well. Have a wonderful day. Namaste. See you tomorrow.